Hi everyone, welcome back to a video. My name's Hannah. If you have never seen my face before, this is what it looks like. And today we're going to be talking about, yet again, makeup, because I love making videos about makeup. I love to do my makeup. Right now I'm just having a lot of fun with the products that I do have and trying out new techniques. So I'm gonna be talking about how I do my contour. I am quite new to the contour game, actually. Just a little fun fact about me is I never really contoured until a month ago. I usually just use my favorite bronzer, butter bronzer, which I guess, I thought that was contouring. I thought, just using bronzer was. Maybe it's, considered a form of it, but it's not until recently I've really, decided to bronze up my face a little more, add a little bit more extra touch with the contour stick. I just want to show anyone that isn't also doing this how I've been doing it. I am a newbie, so maybe don't take my advice. Maybe do your research. Maybe don't take my advice too much. I think I'm getting pretty good at it. I'm getting, quite a bit of practice, and I'm trying different ways. I'm not wearing any makeup right now. I have prepped my skin. I've done my skincare. I washed my face and put on moisturizers. I'm not gonna go outside, so I'm not putting on sunscreen. Don't fight me. So people are so defensive about sunscreen. Anyone else feel a little attacked, sometimes? I'm gonna have wrinkles regardless, I do use sunscreen. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just lay down my foundation like I usually do and do some concealing. And then my third step is usually contour. So I will meet you back when I'm ready for that. Okay, we're back. I have successfully laid down the foundation, the building blocks, what we need to first get this look going. You know what I'm saying? Also, my lips have been so chapped recently, and I swear no chapstick works. None at all. You can say Aquaphor, Vaseline saves your life, but let me tell you, as of late, I've been using this bad boy, and I'm still cracked. I'm drinking water, guys. I've got my water right here, okay? If I'm drinking water, that's not the problem. I've got the foundation laid down. I concealed under my eyes, some pimples and stuff like that. I did use, I'll just go ahead and show you, I used L'Oreal True Match. It's a very light foundation. I've liked it. And the e.l.f. Halo Glow, just because I don't use this every day, but I was just feeling it today. Just feeling it, guys. Here's how I do it, okay? Here's how I get the magic working. I've got a couple different products and a couple different ways I use them. First product that I bought to contour, the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. Big fan of e.l.f. as you may know if you watched some of my other videos. It has, the light shade if you need to go in underneath your eyebrows or something. Maybe good for contouring your nose. I've never used it, so I don't actually know how it works. I have heard that it is best to use cool tones for contouring, and then when you go in bronze, use warm tones. I didn't know that till recently. I haven't really found it to be that important. I'm not using a super warm shade. I think the best contour you're gonna get is if you're using a cooler brown. I have transitioned to this, and it's my go-to now. This is the Ulta Beauty Moisturizing Foundation Stick. And it's a twist, tube kind of thing. A lot of traditional contour sticks look like this. Now, this isn't marketed for contouring, and I think that's what I like about it the most, is that I feel like I found a hack. This is pretty affordable, and this is the shade Dark Warm. There are so many different shades of this. This is just the one I went with. I've been satisfied with it so far. I like to directly go in and mark my contouring places with it. I have also, is another vital, crucial part of contouring, I feel like. I invested in two different makeup brushes, which they are both from e.l.f. as well. I think they were $7 each. This is the e.l.f. contouring stick, which has got a pretty wide surfacing. And then this is the triangular buffing brush, which I've found to be good for smaller contouring areas like my nose, my forehead, things like that. Where do we start? Where do we go from here? Now, if I were to be using this one, I would go directly in with probably the smaller brush and tap in whatever color I wanted and go in on the face. But the best way that I've found that suits me is to use a contouring stick, which I started out also going on with the brush and going in, but I like to put it directly on my face. So where do we go, Hannah? Where do we contour? So we find the hollows of our face, most commonly the cheekbone. You want to go pretty high, okay? And don't do a lot. I make it pretty thin stripes, but you can do more than me, and you'll get it to blend out just fine. So blending can fix everything. Now we're gonna go down and I do the jawline, and then I'm gonna go here to lift the eye, and then forehead, same thing over here. You don't have to do that much either. And then for the nose, this is the trickiest part for me. Like, I truly am not very good at contouring my nose, but you wanna go 2 lines down the nose. I'm using my small mirror over here. Okay. All right, well, I've already messed it up. And then from what I've seen, a lot of people do like here, okay? I've also seen people do a line on top. I'm gonna do a very small one because it can get harsh, guys. It can get harsh. So that's the basics, right? Those are the placements you wanna make sure you do. I've also seen a lot of people recently bring a line right here. I'll just do it for the sake of it. I'll be an example, guys. Right here and kind of like the hollows to bring that snatch in. You know what I'm saying? Snatch it up. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. contouring stick. This is my favorite contouring method. You can also just use a beauty blender, that's fine too. I may go in after and smooth out some of those lines. And I'm just gonna go in and circular motions where it is and kind of up my cheekbone, upside of my face. Don't be worried if you feel like you're getting too much. We're gonna drag this up, drag it down, because we don't want any of those makeup lines. I, usually don't do a very like harsh line on my chin. Maybe if you're going for a fuller makeup look, this is better, but I think honestly, minimal on the jawline is best. I don't know, it always just makes me so anxious that my neck and face are gonna be like 2 different shades. We're dragging up the eye. I also kind of like to go along the eye bone, and then forehead. You wanna bring it up into the hairline. I just kind of go to the middle, bring it to the middle. What do we think? Is there a difference? Am I doing anything right? Maybe not. Comment if I suck. Does anyone else feel like one side of their face, like, I don't know, just looks better, like holds makeup better? Like, I swear this cheekbone just holds contour and blush better than the other one. Another thing I've been super cautious of lately is I heard the term bronzing helmet or like contour helmet, referring basically to like a hard line on your forehead if you didn't blend out your contour very well. So I've been very self-conscious of that lately, making sure that I don't have a contouring helmet. Bronzing helmet? Guys, what is it? Comment, let me know, because I don't know. Okay, all we've got is the nose. This is difficult, it really is difficult. And maybe like a smaller bronzing stick would be better for this. I sometimes go in with just a tiny eyeshadow brush and do this. It just takes a little bit longer. And I like to bring the contour up into my eyebrow. I think it makes you look more, I don't know, more angular, more snatched. Isn't that all what contouring is all about anyways? Looking more angular, emphasizing those angles. I never feel very confident about my nose contour. So go watch a tutorial about that somewhere else, because you're not gonna get that here. I don't know if that made any difference, but I've got it blended out. If I feel like I have any harsh lines, I'll go in with my beauty blender after to soften them out. So mainly the nose. My beauty blender probably still has some foundation on it, so it's good to use that extra. There you have it, guys. Simple as that. That was easy, simple, painless, harmless. Just amazing how you can go from never contouring your face to a contouring expert in a month, like me. Hopefully you can someday be like me. This is my basic contour. This is my go-to, what I stick to all the time. A good tip for contouring also is if you feel like your lines have gotten out of hand, you maybe blended it out too much, is to go back in with a hydrating concealer. I like to use concealing brush. This is my dirty concealing brush, don't talk to me. It's the e.l.f. foundation brush. e.l.f. literally sponsored me because I only have your products. So I like to put a little bit on my hand. Go in with your concealing brush and drag it from your mouth out underneath that line. And that just snatches that up. And then I'm gonna blend that out with my blending sponge. And it's really not that much concealer, it's just a little bit. I feel like that made a difference. And you could go along the lines of your nose bridge that you want to conceal. The contour makes those shadows that you want, and then you can go with concealer and really kind of hide everything that you want to hide. Another great tip, I'm full of them, is to go in with concealer yet again. So make a triangle like kind of above your eyebrows, because we're gonna want to brighten up the space in between here. I'm gonna go with just minimal and blend that out. Concealer really helps just redefine where that contour is. It brightened up that forehead. So voila, that's what I have for contouring. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my steps, and we can come back and see what the final makeup look is at the end and see if it really came together or not. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our final look. This is the makeup all put together and done. Setting spray, eyebrows, mascara, blush, the whole diddly-dill. You know, honorable mention to the lips. I'm obsessed with this Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. I think I have mentioned this in another video, but I pronounced it wrong. And I felt embarrassed since, but I'm pretty sure it's Maracuja oil. And this is quite possibly the best Tarte product I've ever used. I use shade Primrose. I will link everything I'm wearing in the description. More specifically, the contour. I think the contour turned out great. Like I also mentioned in my last video, if you haven't watched it, makeup doesn't have to be perfect. Makeup is just like art. You can just kind of do whatever. There's no such thing as, I mean, it's all like happy accidents, except for like a winged look. Winged eyeliner you cannot mess up, okay? That's the only thing. But besides that, she's snatched. She looks gorgeous. She's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Not that I have anywhere to go. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Love you. Bye.